What's going on, everyone? So, the Brooklyn Nets, they've been a team that myself, many of you, really want to see the Lakers go make a trade with, make a move with. Obviously, Dennis Schroder was traded to the Golden State Warriors, but we've had some new information, right? A lot of teams are dropping their asking prices on their wings, and we just saw the Brooklyn Nets drop their asking price on Dennis Schroder. That's big. That's huge, right? That means that the Nets are open to kind of negotiations and dropping their price. So, I wanted to kind of talk about and go over a potential trade kind of post the Dennis Schroder to the Golden State Warriors. Because, Dennis Schroder, I even said this when the trade happened, obviously I would have loved to have him back. I don't think it's the end of the world. I don't think that it's like, oh, wow, I can't believe the Lakers didn't get Dennis Schroder, right? And also the Nets clearly wanted expiring contracts. They clearly wanted an expiring deal, and that's why they went and did the trade that they did. So we have some new information. We have some details now, and it kind of changes things. So, one, the Nets really want expiring contracts. You have Dorian Finney-Smith as well as Day'Ron Sharpe. Could you maybe do like D'Lo and, a Jalen Hood-Schifino? Clear a little money off, expiring contracts, bring in that. You'd also clear an extra like $4 million, $3 million off your books, right? Because Dorian Finney-Smith making like 14. Let's call it, let's call it 15 million to be safe. It's actually less than that, much less than that. But let's say 15 million to be safe. And then Day'Ron Sharpe, is 4 million. Let's call it 5 million, right? So you need to send out about 20 million. So that way you can also, because look, the Lakers are interested in bringing in like a Markelle Fultz. You need to do some stuff. So if you could do like a D'Angelo Russell and like a Jalen Hood-Schifino, get you to like 21, almost 22 million, or I think it does get you to 22 million. Do something like that, right? Boom, bring in Dorian Finney-Smith, Day'Ron Sharpe. You clear like 4 or 5 million off your books, so that way now you can go do like the Rui and Gabe Vincent and all these other things, and then make another swing trade. And now you have the cap space to bring in, a Markelle Fultz, right, or a Elfrid Payton, right? Lakers have been linked to Markelle Fultz. Supposedly they're interested in Markelle Fultz, so there is some moves there. So you have that option. Because now that you know that the Brooklyn Nets, they want expiring contracts. So you can use D'Lo. Also, the Nets have been interested in D'Lo and a D'Lo reunion for years now. So it's a player that they're interested in. It's a player that is an expiring contract. Also, the Nets have been linked to Jalen Hood-Schifino and a potential Jalen Hood-Schifino trade. So that's why I mentioned Jalen Hood-Schifino. Both are expiring. Both are players that have been linked to the Nets that the Nets have been interested in. So if you could work something like that out. Perfect world. Can you get Cam Johnson? Cam Johnson is having a very good year. Kyle Kuzma's asking price has dropped from 2 firsts to 1. Also, Jeremy Grant's asking price has dropped from 2 firsts to 1. Will they drop Cam Johnson's asking price from 2 firsts to 1? Because if that happens, then like if you could get Cam Johnson, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Day'Ron Sharpe for say a first, a pick swap, and even seconds, right? Say 2 or 3 seconds, whatever, right? And still keep that first and still go make that other move, still go make that other trade that you need to do to really kind of bolster, maybe round out depth, whatever. Chef kiss, right? So you'd be looking at, at that point between Cam Johnson, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Day'Ron Sharpe, be looking at about 40. You need to send out, let's call it 45 million, because again, Lakers need to send out more and fill out a roster spot. Well, you could do like, would they take Rui Hachimura, or do you need to find another team that wants Rui? Maybe there's a team out there that's like, hey, we'll just take Rui for free, right? Like, he only has 1 more year on his deal after this season. Like, that'd be nice, right? Like, let's go get that, right? Like, do you maybe have to get a little creative here? Possibly. And maybe a team sends out an expiring contract because they're just like, hey, like, we can just get Rui for nothing, right? Like, just send out some expiring contracts and, one of these bad teams or whatever that are like, hey, get a versatile forward, right? Like, so maybe you could work something like that out. Because if you're going to get Cam Johnson, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Day'Ron Sharpe, you'd have to do D'Lo, Rui, right? Because that gets you to 35 million and some change. It's like 35.6 million. Right, and then you need to get like another 10 million, so you throw in like a Jared Vanderbilt or Gabe Vincent or something along those lines. Maybe a team like the Nets, maybe they would be open to a Jared Vanderbilt. Jared Vanderbilt obviously doesn't have a lot of tradable value, but a team like the Nets, right? They want to be bad. They want to tank. They want to get good pick, right? Be in the hunt, kind of hit the reset button here. They are in a position to just say, hey, Vando, take the year off, right? Take the year off, get yourself right, get through this rehab. Don't worry about coming back. Don't worry about rushing back. And, we're going to finish this season and then we'll work you out next season and try to get you back. And then they could keep him, or they could use him as a trade chip. If he comes back and he's great and he's back to what we know Jared Vanderbilt could be, they could maybe look to go move Jared Vanderbilt to go get another move done or another trade, or in the offseason kind of use him as salary to aggregate guys. If Giannis wants out or whatever, supposedly the Nets are an option. Right? So maybe they'd be some open to some flexibility there. Maybe be some moves. Again, maybe you have to be creative and get a third team to kind of take on some guys, possibly. But again, if there's a will, there's a way. It just comes down to the asking prices, right? Because you still ideally need to get that guard, in my opinion. Yes, you could do, let's say you got Cam Johnson, Dorian Finney-Smith, Day'Ron Sharpe, right? You could do, Reeves, Dorian Finney-Smith, Cam Johnson, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis, right? Now you got your defense out on the perimeter, you got your athleticism. I would still want an athletic defensive guard, right? Lakers want to keep Reeves, fine, keep Reeves. But I think at that point, he needs to be your sixth man. The problem is they probably wouldn't do that. They'd probably keep Reeves in the starting lineup and then move Dorian Finney-Smith to the bench. Okay, but, I would almost rather have just LeBron play the point guard and then just have Max Christie in the starting unit. Just go Max Christie, Dorian Finney-Smith, Cam Johnson, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. Now you got athleticism, you got defensive versatility, you got point of attack, you got everything you need. 3 guys could be 3-and-D guys. Also, I think Max Christie would gain a lot playing alongside Dorian Finney-Smith and learning from him, and Cam Johnson and learning from him, right? And kind of Max Christie could be like our shorter Cam Johnson at some point, right? More of KCP type, like an Alex Cruz or something, or Danny Green type of guy. That could be beneficial to him, and then still have Austin Reeves kind of man the second unit. That is my opinion. I think that would be ideal, but I do think you need to go get another guard. So, let's say, just for argument's sake, whatever, additions or whatever you have to, third team, whatever you have to add, that's for them to work out. Let's just keep it simple. Right? Let's say you get Cam Johnson, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Day'Ron Sharpe, and you send out D'Lo, Rui, and Jared Vanderbilt, right? Because at that point, you can live without Jared Vanderbilt because you got Dorian Finney-Smith and you got Cam Johnson. You got 2 3-and-D wings. Jared Vanderbilt, at that point, I do think you can digest losing him, right? So let's say you work that out. Boom. So you basically do a 3-for-3 swap, right? If they want another piece or something like a Maxwell Lewis or something just for young value, sure, give it to him. But let's just keep it simple. 3-for-3 swap, right? Rui, D'Lo, Jared Vanderbilt for Dorian Finney-Smith, Cam Johnson, and Day'Ron Sharpe. Boom, right? Lakers are now in a much better position. At that point, you would still have Gabe Vincent in his $11 million, right? If you absolutely had to, you could go with Max Christie to go get you to $19 million, throw in a Jalen Hood-Schifino, get you to $22, $23 million, if you wanted to clear roster spots. Or can you take, Gabe Vincent, or do you even keep Gabe Vincent at that point? But I would look to take Gabe Vincent and maybe a Jalen Hood-Schifino that gets you to $14 million, right? Or if you could combine those two instead of a Jared Vanderbilt, whatever. But if you could take Gabe Vincent and Jalen Hood-Schifino, even a Maxwell Lewis to get you to $16 million and some change, right? Again, you cleared salary off with the Nets trade. Can you go get kind of that point of attack guard? Can you get somebody that can kind of come in, kind of play the role that we need them to be? Or do you go get can you go get a Caleb Martin? Can you turn Gabe Vincent into Caleb Martin? Right? Clear a little extra salary off, give up a couple seconds for Caleb Martin, maybe even keep a first, right? Because Caleb Martin's apparently available from the Charlotte Hornets, and he's only $8 million, right? So could you do something like that, right? And maybe they take Gabe Vincent, or maybe you work it out and send Gabe Vincent to a third team and maybe give up a couple seconds to them, and maybe a second to or 2 seconds to Charlotte and then like another 2 to a team for taking Gabe Vincent. You know, again, Gabe Vincent next season would be expiring, so teams would look at that and go, hey, you know, we're not doing anything this year, so we get some free assets, take him on as like the third team, and then could we get, if you got like Caleb Martin, which is a 6'6", again, versatile 3-and-D guy, now you just got 3, and then at that point, bring in a Markelle Fultz, bring in Alfred Payton, whatever, right? Because now you have Caleb Martin. Like, you could literally go Caleb Martin, Dorian Finney-Smith, Cam Johnson, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. And now you got 3 sizable, versatile forwards that can defend 1 through 4. And, like, you'd be much better at that point. Much better position, right? Like, and see, because the beauty of the Lakers is because you have LeBron and LeBron kind of wanting to play more of that magic role you've seen this season, like, you just need guys that can bring the ball up the court. Now, you just need a guy that can initiate. You can always just have LeBron, like in the playoffs or whatever, if you're struggling with pressure, just LeBron, you bring the ball up the court, right? Like, I think it works out. You can do things that other teams just can't do because they don't have a LeBron, right? So, and take some pressure off of LeBron, be better defensively. I mean, you might be really good defensively at that point. But anyway, just some brainstorming, just some thoughts. As always, this is a discussion. Pass question you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you like the idea? Do you hate the idea? Kind of mixed in the middle? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.